Hey guys, Urban Combat Survivor here. I wanted to make a follow-up video to one I posted a couple of hours ago. And that is where to defend after the initial waves of chaos. I think I may not have clarified some things. And, I know that there are some preppers out there that completely refuse to clarify anything for you. I'm not of that school. I do think you should get off your ass and go do some of your own research. But I also believe in providing enough information that your research can be done with relevant questions that'll actually get you some answers. So let me clarify a few things that I said. When I was talking about the types of buildings, when I was talking about the defensibility of different types of structures, one of the things that I mentioned was looking at churches, factories, warehouses, municipal buildings, libraries, that kind of thing. Understand that each type of building is going to have its own advantages and its own disadvantages. Some places are going to be easier to heat. Some places are going to afford greater protection against small arms fires than others. Some places are going to be easier to repair if something gets damaged than others. Some places are going to have outdated infrastructure in them, like lead pipes, lead paint, asbestos, that kind of thing. So just be aware that any type of building that you choose is going to come with its own challenges. You're not going to find a perfect structure because buildings aren't built for what we're talking about doing here. We're talking about surviving in a complete breakdown of a rule of law. As far as I know, no architect actually takes that into consideration. So you're going to be working in a kind of an ad hoc situation where you're trying to improvise. So keep that in mind, and what your list of criteria is for the building that you choose is going to be up to you. You need to pick that. You need to make that list for yourself, because you know what equipment you have, you know how many people you have, you know how many people you have to house, and you know what your plans are in the mid to longer term. Some people are more apt to head for factory style buildings that are in in more of a concrete setting. And yeah, you can garden on the roof, and you can defend them much more easily than a lot of other buildings because there are very few entrances. And something to be aware of, though, is if you have too few entrances, you also have too few exits, and it's a possibility that you do get overrun. So you do have to make contingency for getting the hell out. So that's something to consider. But think about the geography of the area of your buildings as well. When you're researching where you want to go, one of the things you want to consider is what's above you elevation-wise. Because people are going to be animals, particularly in urban environments. There's already animals. There are already people that'll crap on their front lawn. So when the rule of law is gone, people are going to be doing like they do in Liberia. If you want a really informative, a little bit of information, check out Vice Goes to Liberia. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. These guys go over there and they do kind of a little mini 10-minute or 15-minute documentary on what life is like over there. Those kind of animals live in every city in every country in the world. There are going to be people that are willing to just squat wherever the hell they are and let loose. Also understand that one of the most ancient forms of biological warfare is using human feces. If people have to disease you out because you can't get, they can't get you out any other way, don't think people are above that. They're not. It's been going on since ancient China recorded it. 4,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. So keep in mind, every building is going to have its own challenges. Every area is going to have its own challenges. even in the same city, one neighborhood is going to have a different set of challenges than the other neighborhood next to it. Keep in mind proximity to resources if you can. If you can get a building that's close to, say, a stream or a creek, that's going to be better than not. But understand, every person upstream from you has probably used that as waste disposal. So you're going to have to purify the hell out of any drinking water you get. Yankee Prepper did a great video on that. I have it marked down there in my favorites if you want to check that out. He did a great video on how to clean water, how to make drinkable water from contaminated water. Other than that, there are some people with some different opinions, and they're going to have those. I'm not claiming to be an expert on anything. All I claim to be is a thinker and a student of history, and someone who does his own critical analysis. So if you disagree with me, that's fine. If you have valid, relevant points, send me a message. I'm not married to any of this. I don't claim to be, super genius on any of this. If I have wrong-headed thinking, I'd love if one of you guys corrected me, because finding out after things break down would be horrible, wouldn't it? But please just consider that I may have thought of something you haven't. Other than that, keep prepping, keep looking, and don't forget to check your lines of sight and your ranges. That's going to be important. Urban Combat Survivor, signing off.